There is no denying that the Guam Police Department's crime lab and evidence control section are below standard. Chief Fred Berdallo recently moved Captain Kim Santos over to the Forensic Science Division to oversee improvements at both facilities. But PNC revealed the conditions of the crime lab back in October. So why has it taken until now for action to be taken? PNC's Betsy Brown reports.
A collapsing roof, poor air quality, and condensation and mold issues. These were the conditions at the GPD crime lab when PNC visited it last October. And according to Senator Dennis Rodriguez, the conditions haven't improved much since then. Rodriguez visited the crime lab recently and has written to Chief Fred Berdallo and Governor Eddie Calvo, asking that a state of emergency be declared. PNC asked Berdallo if he thought a state of emergency was appropriate for the facility in October, and his answer remained the same today.
I wouldn't classify it as emergency.
But the conditions inside the Evidence Control Center in Tietzen aren't any better. And a public health report in 2013, as well as an internal report made by GPD the same year, show the conditions were that way then too.
So they're actually, the FSD staff were, given these tasks that they had to do, and they've done some of that in terms of lighting that they put up. But more, of course, needs to be done with some of those things that they highlighted in those issues, especially when they mentioned about the rodents, that.
Chief Berdallo says an emergency isn't necessary for either facility, as he is already getting support from the governor's office, GCC, the airport, and other agencies to address the issues with the evidence control section and the crime lab. And funding reimbursements, he says, have also been offered by the judiciary of Guam.
We've known about this for so long, and the funding's there. Why hasn't it improved?
Yeah, well, again, I can say some of the kind of challenges FSD has had in itself, just like any of the other divisions of the department, is a shortage of manpower. A lot of our priorities have been on the neighborhood patrol, and increasing manpower out, and the specialized units, they've been short-staffed in manpower.
Senator Rodriguez believes the facilities require immediate attention, and he says the problems need to be addressed before GPD moves forward with plans to expand the DNA laboratory, which GCC recently received a USDA loan and funding from the Department of the Interior to complete. Betsy Brown, PNC News.
Meanwhile, Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio says he and Governor Eddie Calvo have empowered Chief Berdallo to alleviate the issues at the crime lab and the evidence control section. In a letter to Rodriguez, Tenorio last week wrote that repairs to the air conditioning system are currently in progress. According to Tenorio, Berdallo is also assigning a senior ranking officer to ensure that the issues and their causes are resolved. Tenorio's letter says Chief Berdallo has assured him that no emergency exists and there is no need for an emergency declaration. The Lieutenant Governor says he and the Governor will continue to work with Chief Berdallo and Senator Rodriguez to support the needs of the Guam Police Department.